Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, in this video tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to format your research article. The article which you are supposed to submit to the research committee of Namal Peshawar. So in today's tutorial, we'll be talking about how to format the page layout of your research article. Page layout means the margins of your page, okay, the type of the page which you are to select for your research article for printing it in hard form. Then we'll talk about the preliminary pages. Preliminary pages means like the title page of your research article, even the cover page, then the title page, the table of contents, table of list of figures if any, okay, the defense approval form, candidate declaration form, the abstract, the dedication, acknowledgement, and all these various pages of your research article. How to format them, we are going to talk about these issues. Then we'll discuss about the chapter headings. Usually there are 5 chapters in your research article. So how to format the headings of those those chapters, this is what we are going to talk about. Then the next thing which we'll discuss in today's session, that would be how to format the paragraph. Okay, so in paragraph setting we'll be talking about line spacing, indentation, and font size, etc. Apart from this, we have headings and subheadings. Like there are major headings inside a chapter. We have got, you know, the on the top we have got a chapter heading, then there are subheadings inside a chapter, main headings, okay, and then inside the main headings we have got subheadings. So we are going to talk about these headings and subheadings as well. And at the end we'll talk about briefly, we'll talk about references, in-text citations, and bibliographical references. So let's begin. First, I'll show you the order of the pages in your research article, and then we'll formally move to the discussion of the formatting of those pages. So the pages which you must include in your research article are, the very first one is the title page, which is, you know, the which consists of the title of your research topic, your name, and the name of the university, etc. Then we have got the research and defense approval form, or research and waiver approval form. The third one is candidate declaration form. Then table of contents. Table of contents may take, you know, 1 page or 2 or 3 or 4 even. It depends upon the length of your research paper and the length of the contents present in your research paper. Then we have got list of illustrations, a list of images, you may say, list of tables, list of graphs, list of figures, if you have included any in your research work. Because sometimes in research papers people include certain pictures, or certain tables even, or certain illustrations, certain graphs, or pie charts, so many other kinds of, you know, figures can be there. So how to format them and where to put them. Then we have got dedication, acknowledgement, abstract, and after abstract we begin with the major headings, major chapters of our article, like chapter 1 introduction, then chapter 2 literature review, chapter 3 is about the research methodology and data collection, chapter 4 is data analysis, data presentation, interpretation, and the last one, that is the conclusion chapter and recommendations. Then at the end we have got references. So this is the order which you need to follow in your research article. Here are certain rules. Let's talk about these rules very briefly, and then we'll move to, you know, the practical formatting of a research article. So here lies your the title of your research article. uh, if you can see these, you know, the writing in red color, the font size, it should be 20 size of your research article. Then the font shape, that would be new times Roman, and it should all be in italics. Sorry, not in italics, rather capitalized. All the words in the letters of your research title, that must be capitalized. Okay. Then you have to write by here. Its font size is 14, but keep in mind it is not bold. On the other hand, this your full name, that must be and 16 font size, again new times Roman, which you need to use in the entire document, new times Roman. How to select this time a new times Roman, or the font size, how to change it, how to bold or unbold a text, this is what I'm going to show you. So it should be bold, and the font size should be 16. Then there should be a monogram of Namal, Islamabad. Okay, because we have got one monogram for all the campuses, national Institute of model languages, regardless of the specification of any campus, because we do not mention the campus in the monogram. Then name of the university, again it should be written in this format, 16 font size, times new Roman, and capitalized. Then month and year of submission. This is the title page. Then font size, it should be 16, it should be bold. Then by, again it should be unbold and 12 font size, and full name of the researcher, the font size should be 14, and it should be bold as well. Then again, if you look at this, bachelors of studies, which is the abbreviated form of which is BS. And then we have got English literature in linguistics. Forget about these things, BS or BSML, we have got BS only at Namal Bishar. So to keep in mind only the font size and the shape. Again, you have to mention the year here, 2020. This is the research article and defense approval form. So here you have to mention the title of your research work, research paper, research article, your name, your registration number, name of the degree, and name of the discipline, then name of your research supervisor, and here the space should be left for the signature of your research supervisor. Then name of the department of head of the department, and we have got an option for for the research committee chairperson as well. And here you have to write the date and soft form, sorry, in hard form with the help of a pen later on after printing it. Then this is a candidate declaration form. Here you have to write your name, your father name, your registration number, discipline, and again like your course, the name of the university. And here you have to write the title of your research article, your name, your signature, and the date of submission of thesis for evaluation. I mean, before the defense. Then this is table of contents, and okay, fine. So these are all the various features which we are going to talk about. Let's move to the practical formatting. Okay, if you can see, there is the title page. Then we have got the research article and defense approval form, candidate declaration form, table of contents, dedication, abstract, and between dedication and abstract there can be acknowledgement as well if you want to incorporate it in your research paper. Then chapterization, we have got chapter 1, and this is the text, the paragraph, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 and 5, and here we have got references. Now I'll share with you this video file, and you may simply copy and paste your data, I mean the text of your research article in these consent pages. Like if you copy the text of your introduction, so you may copy it from the file which you have in your computer, your laptop, and you may simply paste it here. But keep in mind that it should be pasted like this. Keep text only. Okay, like it will enable you to adopt like your text, the text of your research article, it will adopt the target format, not the source format. Source format means like the format which you have already used for your research article, okay, for the text of your research article. If you use this option instead of this one, okay, if you can see, keep source formatting. Okay, on the other hand, this one keep text only, so it will enable the text to adopt the target format, the format which is present in this video file which I'm about to share with you. So let's start with the very first page, that is the title page, or you may say the page of the hardcover page of your research article. The Keep in mind the color for your hard binding, it must be dark blue. Okay, dark blue. Okay, draw a line, you must draw a line between light blue and dark blue, because in the past there have been certain cases where students have made their hard bindings, hard copies in light blue color, and it was then later on rejected. Okay, so you must be careful about the selection of the color. Now this title, its font size should be 20, if you can see it here, and the shape, okay, or the design, the font design, it should be Times New Roman. How to select it? Let's suppose if you have selected some other font size, so you may simply select the text like this. You may come to this point, okay, this small arrow, and here you will find this Times New Roman. Let's suppose if it is not present here, because it depends upon the frequently used the frequency of the use of these various font shapes. So you may simply type here uh, time, time, it will lead you towards this particular font shape. Okay, this one or this one, you may select from anywhere. So if you click this one again, its format will be very much okay. Then okay, its font size, it should be 20, and it should be bold. How can you come to know whether it is bold or not? You may simply look at this point. If it is selected like this, then it is bold. If it is not selected like this, it is unbold then. Okay, and you may find it out from the shape of the text as well. Like if you can see, it is bold. Okay, it is explicitly visible and it is larger in size. On the other hand, if I make it unbold, so it will become a bit smaller. So that is the basic difference between bold and unbold text. Keep in mind this point for the rest of the discussion. Okay, because in the entire document you will have to make some points bold and some points unbold. Then if you look at this, its font size, it is 14. Okay, and its font size, it is 16. Okay, but one thing is mistaken here. It should be bold, and by should be unbold. Okay, so the font size for by, that is 14. If you can see here, 14, and Maruf Mahmood, that is the name of the researcher, so it should be, if you look at its font size, it is 16, and again it is bold. Then Monogram, the name of the university, its font size should be 16, bold, but keep in mind all the letters are capitalized. How to capitalize all the letters? Using a shortcut, you may simply select the text, and then you need to come here to this point. Okay, this capital A and small a, it indicates the capitalization. So you may simply click here uppercase, so all the text, it will be italicized, sorry, it will be capitalized. Okay, then name of the month and the year, it should better be 2020. So this is how you need to format the title page or the cover page of your research article. Then we have got the title page. In the title page here, you need to mention the title of your research work. Again, font size should be 16. It should be bold. Okay, but keep one thing in your mind. You must have an idea of the lexical morphemes and functional morphemes. So lexical morphemes must start with capital letters, as you can see the word expressionism, the word emoji, the word domain, the word electronic, and discourse. On the other hand, functional morphemes must start with small letters, as you can see in the case of through, in, the, of, and like that. Then by name of the in name of the researcher, again the font size, that is 12, and here the font size, it is 14, and it is bold. By is unbold. Then a thesis submitted in partial fulfillment of the requirement of the degree of bachelor's of studies in English literature and linguistics. These things I have already written these things in this particular file. I'm going to share it with you, so you need not to edit these things. Just edit your name, that is sufficient. Here you need to edit your name. You need to write your own name here, and again, instead of 2019, you need to write 2020. I'm coming to page numbers later on. Then write the name of your research article here, but again it should be underlined. How to underline it? So, select the text and click Control plus the U button, or the U key, or simply you may come here, you may click this. It will automatically underline your text, the text which you have selected. Keep in mind bold, and one more point, it should be capitalized, uppercase. Okay. Then your own name, again you need to write your name here, your registration number. The rest of the things, they have already been written here, so you need not to edit these things. Name of your research supervisor, name of our respected HUD, and the respected chairperson of the research committee of Namal Peshawar. So again, you need not to edit these things. Okay, your concern is only to edit your name and your research topic, your registration number. Then we have got the candidate declaration form. So again, you need to edit your name, you need to write your father name, your registration number, and the title of your research work here. And again, it is in uppercase, I mean capitalized. Here you have to write your name, fine, and you need to leave this space for signature and for the date as well, because the date and the signature, they are written in hard form. Once you are done with printing out your copies, the hard copies, then you may write your signature here and the date as well. This is the table of contents. It's a bit tricky, a bit complicated. Keep in mind few things. Make sure that the title page, it is on the leftmost side of this table, and this page, it is on the rightmost side. Okay. Then one more thing which you need to ensure is, if you can see, the initial letters of all these points, like research, article, candidate, table, acknowledgement, dedication, abstract, fine, introduction. Then these subheadings, the numbers of subheadings, literature, all these things should go parallel. Okay, like what I want to tell you simply is that the page numbers, chapter numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and chapter number 5, they should be under this point chapter. Okay, then the rest of the points, like all these headings, they should be here. Okay, and again, the very first letter of the word introduction, it should be under the A of the abstract. Again, then the numbers of the subheadings, like we have got 1.1 statement of problem, so this one must be under the I of the introduction. Okay, same is the case with this 1.2, 1.3. If you want to include a further subheading, so let me show you that as well. If you can see this one. Okay, now we have got chapter 3, so 3.1, this 3 must be under the R of the research. Again, this 3 and this 3 as well in the fourth one. Okay, now look at this fourth one. This 3, it should be slightly indented towards the right. Okay, you may put it here as well under the two, like this, or it can be in between. Okay, between number one and number two, so it can be between the two as well, but it must not be immediately under the above term, that is three. Okay, so these are the things which you need to ensure. Now this order must also be followed, like in the introduction chapter we have got statement of the problem, objectives, questions, rationale, theoretical framework, significance of the study, area of the study, and delimitations. You may incorporate another subheading, that is chapterization. One more thing, if you want to write something in the introduction part of your research, so you may write here, instead of statement of the problem, you may number it as 1.1 and the point should be background. Okay, so then inside the background point you may write sub points as well, like you may provide a brief overview of the theoretical framework, or the problem which you are going to explore. For example, if you're talking about colonialization or feminism, so you may give a heading like background, and inside that heading you may give further headings as well, 1.1.1, 1.1.2, 1.1.3, so on and so forth. Then your second heading, subheading, it would be 1.2, and that would be statement of the problem. Okay, so this is how you need to format the table of contents. Now one more thing, if you want to edit these points, particularly in the research methodology, because these things vary from article to article, from research work to research work, and particularly the data analysis, because these are the points, these are the subheadings which are specifically related to this particular research topic. Okay, your research topic must have certain other subheadings. So well, if you remove this one, for example, if you remove this one, you need to remove this entire point by selecting the entire line. Okay, now you need to put the cursor here after the page number, and you may simply need to click enter to start a new one. Okay, and then here you may include some spaces, then 4.3 for example, and this is how you may format your the content of sorry, the list of contents of your research article. Fine. Sometimes it happens that the headings or the things which you want to write that are very long. So what happens then, there are sometimes it happens that this the page number, like this, the page number comes here instead of this place. Now what you need to do here, simply insert certain dots here, periods. Okay, keep on inserting dots until it reaches its own spot, like this. Clear? Again, if you click here and you simply click only once the backspace, the page number, it will come here. Okay, simply it will leave its spot. So how you have to make it reach to its own spot, keep on inserting dots and automatically it will reach its own spot, like this. Okay, if again, like if there is some problem, so you need to remove with the help of the backspace button, you need to remove certain points, and then you have to adjust it again. So this is how you need to correct and format the table of contents of your research article. Coming to dedication, so again, its font size, it should be 16. The text, how to format the paragraph, I'm going to discuss it in detail later on. Abstract, again, the font size should be 16. Now keep in mind, the abstract, the text of the abstract, it must not be italicized. Okay, in some of the formats previously shared with the students by their seniors, the text of the abstract, it is in italics, like this one. Okay, so it must not be italicized, it should be very simple. Okay, plan. Then keywords are inserted, they are written on the very same page of the abstract. One more thing you need to keep in mind, your abstract, the word limit of your abstract must not exceed 250 words. Okay, the maximum limit for your abstract, that is 250 words. Okay, then the keywords, they must also be mentioned on the very same page. So first of all, you need to write keywords, do not insert a space here like this. Okay, keywords, its font size, it should be 12, and it should be bold as well, and it must be followed by a colon, two dots. Then you need to mention 4 5 minimum, like at least you need to mention 5 keywords of your research article. It can be 8, it can be 10 as well, but better if the keywords are 5 6 or 7. So that is the abstract page. Then we have got the main chapters: chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, 4, and 5. How to correct the chapter headings and then the paragraphs, I'm coming to it later on. First, let's talk about the page numbers. So this is the cover page, you need not to give it a page number. Then the title page of your research work, it starts with with number 1, page number 1, but you need not to mention 1 here. Okay, it is numbered, but the number is not mentioned. It is page number 2, and you need to start it with 2. Okay, as I told you, the numbering starts with this page number 1, but you need not mention 1 here. Okay, you need to start with 2 only. Then 2, 3, 4. Now these preliminary pages, the page numbers must be given in Roman numbers like this. And then chapter 1, from chapter 1 you need to start with these numbers: 1 2 3, like this. Okay, 1 2 3, like this one. So the preliminary pages, the numbers should, they must be Roman integers, Roman numbers. Now how to uh, unlink these two pages, rather the first two. If you can see this one here, we have got this is page number 1, but number 1 is not mentioned, and here it is page number 2, but the page number is mentioned. Now how can you do this? Simply, you need to click on this point. If you can see this shortcut, okay, it shows the various marks which are used in paragraphs and and headings, page numbers, each and everything. You need to click on this. The moment you click on it, you will come to know these things, they will get explicit, they will become visible. All these points which you can see, they are related to the format, like these small arrows, this dot. Okay, these points, they can be made explicit with the help of this point, this shortcut. Now the moment you click here, you will see a point, this one, section break, sorry, this one, page break. Okay, now you simply need to, if it is already available, then that is fine, but if it is not available, you need to remove it. There is something wrong with this file. Let me try it somewhere else. Yeah, right here. If you can see this, we have got page 1, and here we have got the Roman numbers. Now how to, within a single file, how to incorporate, how to insert different kind of page numbers. So here I have already inserted a page break. Yes, you need to select it and remove it simply. Now here is your abstract. Okay, and here we have got the introduction. Now if you look at the introduction, you need to bring the introduction here to the same page where we have got the abstract. Okay, abstract should be brought to the top of the page again. Okay, fine. Now look at this, we have got chapter 1 and abstract, we have got them on the same page. Now how can we correct them? Click here, simply go to layout, click on breaks, click on next page. Now here we have got a next page, a separate page. Okay, the second point which you need to do after following this process, clicking on layout, then break, and then clicking on next page. Okay, the second thing which you need to do is to double click here on the footer, okay, on the header, sorry. Above this point we have got, on the top of the page, this is called the header of the page. So you need to click here and unclick this one, link to previous, unclick it. Okay, now once you are done with this unclicking, the page number, it must be removed. Even if you do not remove it, come to insert, click on page number. First come to format page numbers, start with 1. Okay, let's suppose if it is the Roman numbers, if we have got the Roman numbers here, so put it on this one, select this one, start at 1, and then click OK. Then again go back to insert page number, top of the page, and click the third one. Okay, because the page number, it must be mentioned on the top right side of the page. So select this one, and you will have 1 here, then page 2, then page 3, and at the end of your research article. Okay, now this one, abstract, coming to this one, now we have to link the abstract back with the previous page, this one, dedication. Okay, so you simply need to click here, come to layout. Okay, uh, sorry, not to layout, rather come to insert, click on page number, format, you need to select the Roman numbers and then continue from the previous session. So here we have got 7, if you can see here. Okay, the previous page, that is 6, and then this one is 7. It means simply like you divide actually the pages into separate separate portions. Like we have got portion 1, that is the above portion, and then from here we have got a separate portion in the very same file. So this is how you may format, you may correct the page numbers of your research articles. Okay, starting with moving to the chapter numbers, chapter headings. Keep in mind, chapter headings, their font size is always 16. Bold, Times New Roman is just like the other font shape of the entire document. It must also be Times New Roman. Now there is certain technicality which you need to focus on. Again, you need to focus on to click on that point. Okay, show or hide. You have to insert 3 spaces here. Let's suppose if you do not have spaces, for example. Okay, if you do not have spaces here, you need to insert 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this option, this symbol, if you can see, this symbol or even this one, they show 1 line space. Okay, so you need to insert 3 line spaces, but you need to format these line spaces as well. Like if you can see here, the font size is 16. So number 1, the font size of these line spaces, it must be 12. Number two, you need to select these three lines or these three spaces. You need to right click to click on the right mouse button and click on paragraph. Okay, you'll have this table in front of you. Instead of clicking on the option of paragraph, you may simply select these spaces, and here we have got a shortcut for paragraph setting. Okay, so you may simply click on this shortcut paragraph setting, if you can see here. So if you come here, when you come here, how will you correct the format of the chapter heading? It must be 0. Again, it must also be 0. Normally it is 6, but you need to bring it to 0. Okay, it must also be none. It must be centered. It must be body text. It must be 0, and this one also must be 0. Okay, then if it is 1.5 lines or double or at least or exactly or multiple, whatever, so but you need to select single. If it is checked, you need to uncheck it, and same is the case with this one as well. Okay, and you have to select okay then. So this is how you need to format these three spaces. Then we have got one more space in between chapter 1 and introduction. Now again, you have to select it. It can be selected simply with the help of the mouse, with the help of the touchpad, or with the help of holding the shift key and clicking the right arrow, right arrow in the keyboard. Okay, so once you select it, again you need to come to this point, paragraph setting, or you may simply click the right mouse button and come to the paragraph setting here. Again, you need to format it like this: single, 0, 0, 0, 0, none, centered, body text, unchecked, and unchecked. And you need to click on OK. So we have got the last point here. Again, there must be a space between introduction and the very first sentence of the first paragraph. So again, it should also be formatted in a very same way, like it can be left, it can be centered as well, like both are okay. Then body text 0, 0, none. uh, it should be 6, 6, single, unchecked, unchecked, and okay. So this is how you need to format the headings of your research work, the chapter headings. In the same way, you need to format your second chapter. Okay, if you can see, we have got 3 lines. Again, the paragraph setting of these 3 lines, it must be left, or it can be centered. Then body text 0, 0, none, unchecked, 0, 0, single, and unchecked. Okay, so 3 spaces, then chapter heading 2, then 1 space, just like these spaces. Then we have got literature review, title of the chapter, again 1 space, and then we have got the first paragraph. Now in the same way, yes, you have to format the rest of your chapters, like chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Let me show you a shortcut. Okay, a very easy way. Once you are done with formatting the very first, the title of the very first chapter, you may select this entire text. You may copy it simply, and you may bring it anywhere, I mean to the beginning of your second chapter, and this is how you need to put it. Simply paste it here. Okay, by clicking Ctrl and V, or instead of using the keyboard shortcut, you may simply go for this form of pasting, but do not click this one. keep source keep text only, rather you have to click on this one, keep source formatting. Keep source formatting, it will enable you to to copy the text along with its format as well. So this is how you may then you need to change the chapter number, chapter 2, and you need to change the the title of the chapter as well, literature review. In the same way, you may simply copy and paste the very same setting of the first chapter, and you may paste it 5 times, and then you may give numbers and titles, and this is how you may format the headings of all the chapters. So this is all about the chapter headings. Moving to paragraph setting. Paragraph setting, let me copy this text so that I may formulate a sort of paragraph. Paragraph 1, for example, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Then, for example, I have got a heading here, 14 size, so 1.2, and statement of the problem. It should be 14 and bold. Okay, fine. Now look at this, how to format the paragraph.